from another planet. He's from another galaxy. And, obviously, he's from another dimension. He's Dollman. 13 inches with an attitude. Tim Thomerson is Dollman. A longtime Full Moon favorite, Thomerson also stars as Jack Death, a cop from the future in Trancers 1 and 2.
The difference between Jack Death and Trancers and this guy I'm playing now in this thing called Dollman is that Dollman is from another planet. And the reason why he's called Dollman is he's only 13 inches tall when he comes down here to this world.
Action figures.
But in the world that he's from, in the planet Arturos, he's like the toughest cop there is, and he's a real loner, kind of like the man with no name in the Clint Eastwood, Sergio Leone movies of the early 60s, the spaghetti westerns.
That's right.
It's basically a little cowboy guy from space who comes down and fights the bad guys here.
It's about the size of it.
And these bad guys are some of the baddest. Jackie Earl Haley of Breaking Away fame plays Braxton Red, the leader of the pack and the wrecker of neighborhoods.
What you made me do? See, that's what happens when people start taking things upon themselves. What it is you're born into this society, and there's always two sides to everything. This guy was born into an area where the American dream, the slice of the apple pie, appears to not be available to these guys, and it's kind of what's going on in society today. A lot of these gangbangers and people are playing out the hand, you know, they're kind of getting to the top the quick and easy way because they see no other options.
No, actually, it's this ulcer. The caterers are just horrendous.
The American dream, such as it is still being pursued by Debbie Alejandro, played by actress Kamala Lopez, a single mother who fights to save her neighborhood from the ravages of drugs and gangs.
The character is a wonderful part for a woman, and it's a part that needs to reappear more in film today. It's a part with strength and dignity and integrity without loss of femininity, which I think happens a lot of times when you have a very tough woman. The focus tends to become, well, she's like a man. But in this case, she's not. She's a mother, she's very powerful, she's a fighter, and I think that reflects a lot of working single mothers today.
Vivian, you know we can make a difference. We can change this neighborhood.
Especially with this Dollman blowing away all the scumbags for us, eh?
That's not the way I wanted this to work out.
Whoa, I don't want to do what a girl always does. I want to do what a girl never does.
It's Dollman!
The end.
Albert Pune directs his 14th film with Dollman, beginning with The Sword and the Sorcerer in 1982, and including such films as Kickboxer 2, Captain America, and Full Moon Entertainment's Arcade. Pune finds directing Dollman particularly challenging.
You don't really normally see like a Lethal Weapon or a, you know, sort of a Terminator type movie where your hero is 13 inches tall and yet asked to do all the same types of action and, you know, blow villains away and chase, you know, big chases and stunts. So it was a real challenge.
Using the split screen process, whereby two separate images are married onto one frame of film, the 6-foot Thomerson is transformed into a 13-inch man. This time-tested process was pioneered in the classic King Kong. And for you television buffs, The Patty Duke Show.
I hate giants. You tell me a midget did this to you?
No, it was no midget, pendejo. Mira, a little guy like this, about this big.
It was very difficult because you have to remember, because he's 13 inches tall, he can't play actually to the situations. He has to pretend, you know, what's happening in front of him. Same with the other actors. They all had to pretend that Tim was there at 13 inches. It's quite a challenge, I think, for all the actors.
Let's get away!
You're kind of acting to the wall sometimes and to the script person but it's not tough. You just, you know, through your imagination, you're an actor, you can...
And action!
You should be able to play to a rock. That's what we get paid for, so It's not tough for me. I enjoy it.
Actually, what has happened, they're not doing blue screen on this picture. They have come up with a new way to literally shrink Tim Thomerson. That's, you know, one of the reasons why I guess he was complaining about his dressing room, because basically they went and they got a Barbie wagon thing, and they've been like towing it around.
He's still pretty intimidating even at 13 inches.
Don't even think about it.
Another of the head villains is the character Sprue, or what's left of him. Special effects person for Z created a puppet-sized Sprue for the long shot and matching makeup for the close-ups of Frank Collison, who plays the little creep.
All I remember was your head rolling around in the parking lot. I didn't think there was enough to save.
Modern medicine. They're doing some wonderful things.
I think that guy's pushed it a little bit. I think he should have definitely quit while he was ahead.
From now on, you work for me. You do what I say.
Work for you?
Another heavily featured player in the film is Dollman's gun, the Proto-Blaster.
It's dangerous to me. To you, too. If I were you, I'd go out and kill him right now.
If Dollman did not have this famous gun, he would still have his famous attitude. Yes, he would.
I think he suffers from a Napoleonic syndrome.
Yeah, no.
What? Short man's complex.
Dollman's attitude is don't mess with Dollman because he will jump steady in your face.
Get out of the way!
Dollman. Size isn't everything when you're a cop from another planet.
So, Debbie, tell me size doesn't count.
From Full Moon Entertainment.